But why don't we introduce? Once you guys introduce yourselves, name, position, and then we'll get carried away and really brag about how this season run because you guys went on a fantastic ride.
Yeah.
So all right, go ahead.
All right. I'm Nick Corey, number 52. I play middle linebacker.
Brian Damon, number 56. I play offensive tackle and defensive end.
Kevin Aylward, I play wide receiver and defensive back.
Okay, there you go. I didn't write it down because I was too busy doing the graphics, but I know who they are because I keep on calling Kevin Nick and Nick Kevin. So sooner or later, I'll get it right before the hours in. But again, if you want to call in, 508-222-1320. We are streaming this right on live on our 4Deep Sports Talk website. Hit the Ustream button. You can hit into the podcast, which is of course connected to TuneIn's here on 1320 AM WARA. Last year, like I told you before, I had the pleasure of covering the seniors when they first went on the run, and they came close with that, almost threw that bomb to win the game at the end with seconds. I mean, you guys were there. You guys know.
Yeah.
But what a great run. This show will be on, of course, East Bridgewater Access Television, along with all the other 32 Access towns we cover, and put in the middle. I thought that was our phone ringing, but I don't see the light going off. I hear feedback. Now I'm hearing things. All right, so why don't you guys just tell us about that run. First, let's talk about the season. How did you guys do your Middleborough thing again this year, or no? Did you guys do the same thing, the combine?
Season camp.
Yeah, because everyone forgets Coach Kingman. He went to East Bridgewater, right? And him and Coach Toppy were high school classmates. Played on that EB team they were on. Yeah, so people don't know that, but I like to throw Coach Kingman under the bus because I know that was probably one. I got a chance. I was lucky to call that game on the radio. That was probably one of the most exciting games when you went to overtime. Yeah. Who scored that? Was Snow? Did he score that game-winning touchdown in overtime?
Yeah.
Right. It went back and forth, and then finally just someone threw a nice block, and somebody they scored. And the kids went on the field like it was a college game. And I remember the police, they were waiting. And they're waiting for both teams to split up, and then the policeman said, "Oh, now you can go in the field." Yeah, and all the student body went on the field. Oh, I was there. I saw the whole thing. It was a great game to call, fun game. Would that be one considered before I dive in? I know Lucy and I we could play off each other really well. Would you consider that one of your toughest games of regular season? Personally, or do you have a favorite one?
I think it absolutely was, because they matched up well against us. They were a tough team. And looking back, that game really prepared us for playoffs, Super Bowl, whatever, because we just got that experience in the fourth quarter. We got to know, how to fight through adversity.
Yeah, and also, we all knew most of those guys from the camp that we were in, and so that just kind of brought that edge to the game. And being that, triple overtime that it was.
It was awesome.
It was crazy.
We started off a little slow at the beginning of the season. We lost to Hanover. We didn't beat Rockland by very much. We beat them by 14-7, I think it was. Yeah. So that was our first game where we really worked our butts off there. Came back and won in overtime. So that prepared us for the playoffs and everything else.
So starting from camp back in June, when did you know that this team was gonna really be special and hang on and
Yeah. Well, we all knew that we were gonna have a good run since after last year, after the Super Bowl, and that just gave us the push to we wanted to go back to Gillette. That was the goal from the beginning of the season. We wanted to get back there and do what we couldn't last year. So we really had a drive to get back and win. So.
And I'm sure your coaches were really on fire as well, right?
Yeah, they obviously wanted to get back there too, just as bad as we did. So we were working hard in the off season. That's where it started. Yeah.
All three of you are seniors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The kids that are coming up next year, how are they looking up to you? How are they preparing themselves to carry on this tradition of winning Super Bowls?
Yeah. Well, it was the same thing for us. We were there last year.
Yeah.
We some of us got to play in it, so we just wanted to get back there. The experience is crazy. It's an awesome experience.
Breakfast with Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. So some of them got to play in the Super Bowl too. Some of them started. So it was just a great experience. And as soon as it's just addicting. As soon as you go there, you just want to go back every day. So they're gonna be working hard to get back there, definitely.
I actually gave Drew Bledsoe the weakest and weirdest handshake. I'll never forget that.
What, were you nervous?
Yeah, he looked at me a little weird. He's like,
He's a tall
let's do
dude.
this. Yeah, he is. He was like, let's do that again. That did not work. I'll never forget that.
Oh, that was cool, though.
Yeah.
That was really cool. So what advice, I mean, again, we like to jump around because there's so many different angles that we keep it free form, as you guys can already tell. You already relax. I can see you sitting in the seats, getting comfortable.
Yeah.
What advice could you give those kids, that, especially the kids that want to make the team next year, or at least pass on any advice going on to help out Coach Toppy?
Well, Coach preaches to us all the time, weight room's the biggest thing in the world. Like, the group below us, they already have a pretty good work ethic in the weight room. And if they can keep that up, they can certainly make a run like we did.
I think bottom line, weight room is important, but bottom line, if you play together as a team and you have heart together, it's all going to work out. I mean, you could see in the Super Bowl, St. Mary's was a lot bigger, stronger, and I mean, a lot of people doubted us, to be honest. But we had that heart, and that's what helped pull us through.
There you go.
Yeah. Heart's over everything. Hard work and heart. As long as you have those, you're gonna make it really far. Just alone on those. So just gotta work hard. So get back there.
There you go. 508-222-1320. We have a couple minutes left before we take our first break. We are highlighting the 2016 Division IIIA Massachusetts football state champions. And I think I spelled Massachusetts right, so that's not bad. I come from Brockton Public School, so that's pretty good. Yeah, again, 508-222-1320. Now, look, well, I know Coach's name, but let's before we do get off track here, when we go over the coaching staff, so make sure we give those guys kudos.
Oh yeah.
Please.
So, Coach Sharpie, obviously, me and him were really close. I'm a captain, so we became close over the years. And I was really close to Coach D, Coach Davison. He was the linebacker coach. So I worked with him a lot, and he's a really good coach. He's an awesome guy. He knows his stuff. So.
Any other coaches? We want to make sure we get them all in this.
Yeah.
Well, basically, like, the coaches, like, they worked just as hard as us. Like, they had extra meetings, they had extra talks. Like, it wasn't just us. Like, they had the extra hours in together. But before I want to bring anything up, I want to shout out Coach Smith, Mike Smith.
There you go.
Greatest offensive line coach ever. He's the man. I'm going to miss that.
Yeah, he is the man.
Yeah, our wide receiver and defensive backs coach, Coach Royal, he's one of the volunteer guys, but he still puts in the same amount of work, same amount of time as all the other guys. So thanks, Coach Royal.
I mean, he's doing that for free, too. It's not like he's, like, that's all just for the team and for the town. He just wants to better us. And, of course, he has a whole family in East Bridgewater, so,
Right.
I mean, he's putting in the work.
You know what? I'm sitting here and I'm going through your record, and I'm looking at, you guys mentioned it earlier, how you believe you got off to a slow start. And I sat there and I said, well, that's not really fair. And I'm not saying that because you're in the seat. I'm saying it because I think even if you guys lost so many games by, you still be in it. I've done it before of Eddie being here when they went on a run, but they lost a couple games by a touchdown. But they were in it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? My point is, as I finally get to my point, which sometimes, I'm Italian, so my hands ain't moving, my mouth is trying to catch up. So, real fast again before we go on break. Hanover went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, let's think about that. You guys lost to a very good team. And the Rockland team, you mentioned about it was Rockland, right?
Yeah,
Right.
They're a tough team.
They're a tough team. That's
Yeah.
your Thanksgiving rival, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so that's right. You guys played them this year and at Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys all sat down anyway at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't play Thanksgiving.
Right, I didn't think so. But my point is, again, Hanover, Rockland, I'm not making excuses, I'm making a fact. That those guys, we're not, that team went to the Super Bowl. Rockland's a very good team, you
Yeah.
guys know that. It's not like, the games you did lose, they were like slouches, even the overtime games.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys played a pretty hard schedule. Everyone came up to play. You had to play Norwell twice.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So, you know what I'm getting? Norwell was a very good team. I got a chance to call the Middleborough Norwell game, and Norwell was the bomb. They had some size on them, and they could move,
Yeah, I don't think it was so much that we started off slow. I think it was that we expected more from ourselves. we weren't at our full potential then.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No. Hanover was obviously a really good team. I mean, the scores showed it. They blew out other teams. They made it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
I mean, they won that. And I mean, you can't go by scores, but it honestly felt good seeing how, they crushed us, but I mean, they crushed
held our ground,
yeah, we held our ground. That gave us a little more confidence, saying that we held. I mean, we were in the same ballpark, I guess.
Right, you know what I'm saying? All right, we got about 25 seconds left, and we're going to go to our first commercial. It's all timed out here, thank God. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station, 1320 AM WARA. Lucia Cabral, Dominic Damiano. We are highlighting the 2016 Division 3A Massachusetts State Champions. We'll be right back right after this.
Good evening. My name is Carrie Quintel, host of The Q, a show dedicated to hope, inspiration, and giving back to the community. Please tune in live Monday evenings at 7 p.m. You can also watch us on a V-stream at 4Deepsportstalk.com. We have shows dedicated to hunger, yoga adventures, homeopathy, pain relief, and much, much more. We hope to see you Mondays at 7 p.m. Thank you.
When was the last time you won Super Bowl?
1990.
Really?
Yeah.
1990.
Yeah, we didn't start. We started in 2000. This is actually, you know what? I just thought about this. They were actually on our birthday show. This is our 9th year covering high school news sports.
Sure.
We just went to a different station. January 8th was our day. We started this.
Nice.
I want to give a quick shout out to
Please.
Mr. Eaton, Ryan Eaton. I had him in class 2 years. He's my positional coach at the end. He actually wrote my teacher recommendation for college. So I got to know him a lot between practice and school, having him in 2 years, and he made me a better man, honestly. I mean, he instilled a lot of characteristics, and I really look up to him.
Awesome.
So I just want to say that before I
I'm
left
glad
here.
you remembered because I would have forgot. All right, you have a call. You're next on 4 Deep Sports Talk.
Hi, Dominic. Thanks for taking my call. I'd like to congratulate these guys for winning the Super Bowl. I was just wondering if you guys played any other sports besides football.
No, I don't. I've just played football and lift, but that's really it for me.
I'm Brian Damon. I play basketball also and track.
Great.
This is Kevin, and I also do baseball in the spring, and just started doing winter track this year.
Hey, good for you. That's great.
Thank you.
What about, are you guys going to go to college, or do you have any aspirations after school once you graduate?
Yeah, definitely want to go to college. I think my number one right now is Mass Maritime, so that'll be good.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I actually, Brian Damon here. I just got accepted to Springfield. I want to major in some physical therapy related. So it doesn't really matter, but that's my end result.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Brian. I want to go into physical therapy eventually, and I also want to play baseball in college, so that's a factor I have to look into, and that's about it, yeah.
There you go. Do you have another question?
That's really great. I'm really proud of you guys, and it's the best time of your lives. And for the guy who got his hair cut, don't get it cut for another year.
Thank you. Nice. Thank you for that. Thank you for the call.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. There we go. Now I got it right. Oh, boy, that was too fine.
One thing I think is really important is just playing multiple sports. I mean, you can learn a lot from like football. Like you can do track, that will help you in football. And you look at colleges, like the colleges want to know like what sports you're playing. Like they look at that multi-sport athlete and
Right, and the grades.
Yeah,
Don't forget
exactly.
The grades, because they'll walk away.
well, especially the grades,
Right.
definitely. That's not even like a contest, but
Yeah, you'd be surprised though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People don't look at it, but I have a great story. I always tell it I always tell this all the time. There's a baseball story. A kid from Coyle and Cassidy was throwing BBs, and he actually had two other good pitches. So Notre Dame came down from Indiana, went to go look at him, and they're watching him play. Like the fourth inning's going on, and he starts talking to the athletic director. Hey, how's this GPA? And Northwestern was there, I believe. they're looking at him, watching, scouting him, watching him play, and la da 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 da. So it goes the AD. How's his grades? He just dropped down from a 3.6 to a 3.5. See you later, and off they went.
That's crazy.
It is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's their investment in you.
Yeah.
Why are they going to give you a full ride? Or not the full ride with the dorm and everything, but it helps, yeah. But academically, but as soon as they found out his grades dropped, whoop,
Yeah.
they left. See you later.
Grades are definitely really important. Our coaches really stress that too.
And I want to touch on that, if you guys could, how they stress that on.
Oh yeah, well, like we said earlier, they're always telling us that if we need to, we can miss like beginning of practice. Because at the beginning of practice, we're doing lift and watching film, so you can miss some of that, especially if you're a senior and you can just do that on your own. Yeah, so they're always telling us to stay after with a teacher if we need it. They know what our grades are.
Yep.
You can't get around that, so they're always trying to help us.
We'll be right back right after this.
Time.
Yeah, we have time though. So we're going to come back to that question. Sorry about that.
Is your coach listening?
I got so caught up in talking about that, I looked away from the timer for a minute. I saw 2 minutes.
I know, I do that all the time.
Lou called, right? And then we went back, he started talking, and I looked back, and all of a sudden I hear the computer come
Yeah, I
on.
heard that too. I was like, what? Did I do something?
You thought you got bumped off.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what, that's
most
one-
of the time, Mr. Tarpey's telling me what my grades are before I even know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
awesome.
you
Oh
got
yeah,
grades."
they're on
I'm
you.
like,
They're
I'm
on
like,
you.
I didn't even know I
Yeah, we got a couple PSAs, and we'll come back and we'll start that question again. And then you guys just give your opinion on, about how important it is. Because a lot of times we have people, I can check right now how many viewers we have on the Ustream. But, the kids that look up to you, that, try that cool, people listen,
No,
they
I
want-
talk about the Super Bowl also.
Yes, we'll finish up with
A
that.
lot of people view that,
Yes.
being at Gillette and everything.
So we'll touch on the grades, and then we'll go to bring in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Excellent, we'll elaborate on that.
yeah.
So what type of feedback you guys getting back home? They listening and watching?
I think some of my friends are.
Yeah,
My friends
told
are-
a bunch of people that were coming on.
Good.
Excellent.
We got one more. I'm gonna try to see what we got for a number for,
Usually get a lot of views.
we average like 81, 82,000, 100 people listening. And I was in the service for 10 years, so I
Oh, really?
affiliated with armed forces. I was in the Navy.
Oh, there you
My
go.
dad was an Army Ranger.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What we do is we usually send the audio file to Armed Forces Radio.net. Yeah, they take it and they'll play it.
Log on to AACS.com.
It's really cool.
We're coming back.
Or to view the program online in full high definition.
All right, here we go. Hey, welcome back. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station, 1320 AM WARA, and online at 4deepsportstalk.com. And I apologize for getting cut off, and I kind of talked off the end. I know that people couldn't hear us online because it goes right to the computer, the PSA. But we were talking about the GPAs and how they're policed at East Bridgewater. And that is the other reason what I'm getting at is that a lot of people think, even to this day, that, we'll fix his grades. You kidding me? They're the best players on the team. They'll work it. No, it don't work like that. It's not just one eye watching. And the school committee, not the school committee, but the school faculty is accountable for your grades.
Yeah.
To report it, because the MIA and everyone else is gonna want to know how they're playing good. How their grades are going. Well, anyway, you guys know better than us. How do they police them at EB?
Well, kind of as a joke, but like Mr. Tarpey's telling me my grades before I even know my grades. Like progress reports come out, and I mean 2 weeks before that, I already know what I need to work on. He's on my butt about that, and he pushes us. But one thing about school is, if you have hard work in football, it's gonna translate into the classroom, or it should translate into the classroom, and vice versa. So, you can't just put one effort into football and not care about school. It's got to be both. They go hand in hand. It's got to make you a better man.
Yeah, coach always talks about how there's a reason it's called a student athlete. You're a student before you're an athlete, so you got to get it done in the classroom if you can even play on the field.
Okay, you ready? I know she wants to ask this.
No.
Ready?
I just wanted to talk about the Super Bowl.
No, I know that. I was going to try to find a drum roll.
Oh! Where's that music under there?
I know, right?
So, what was it like to have breakfast with Drew Bledsoe?
That was incredible. I mean, I remember sitting there and getting our breakfast. The bacon, by the way, the bacon at Gillette. Oh my god, it's the best thing ever. The
Really?
bacon was so good, yeah. So I just remember watching Drew Bledsoe walking. I was like, oh my god, like, he's really tall.
Really tall,
yeah.
isn't he?
I mean, he's got to be like 50 around there, and he's huge. Like it's not even just tall. I mean, you can tell he's in shape, and I mean, he's still getting after it.
I mean, I wasn't there for the breakfast, but even seeing pictures that were posted online and everything, seeing all the guys there, seeing the coin flip on video, seeing the table where we sat across from St. Mary's.
Yeah, that was definitely weird. I mean, we had to at breakfast. We sat with the St. Mary's players, so
Wow.
I remember
A little awkward, huh?
Yeah, I remember our principal, Mr. Duvall. He was there, and he told me that I was just sizing them
Frank
up.
Duvall?
Yeah, Frank Duvall.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
Frank.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy. So
I hope he's listening.
yeah, I know. He told me that. I didn't even realize I was doing it. Like, I kind of did a little bit, but he told me I was sizing up the other guys, and I just really wanted to play then. Like as soon as I saw him, I wanted to play and get after it. So it was definitely
Truly motivating, huh?
Yeah, it was definitely really weird just sitting with them though. We didn't say a single word to them.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think we said a single word to them.
Did they say anything to you guys?
No, our coach actually like made us like introduce ourselves. Like he's like, so what do you guys' names? And you're like, oh hey. It's a little weird.
Who's your quarterback, right?
Yeah.
As far as that, besides introducing ourselves, we really didn't talk at all, and that was honestly. We wouldn't even have talked if it wasn't for our coach.
Yeah.
To be honest.
You're in the dead eye, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So what did Drew say to you guys?
Oh, well, Drew Bledsoe was telling us he was there for the 2001 anniversary team, I think. So they were having like a little thing going on there all weekend. Yeah. Reunion. That's what I was thinking of. He said he was gonna try to catch our games, so that was pretty cool. He has a son that's our age too.
Oh.
Where is it? He's
Washington?
He's actually going to Washington. No, he doesn't go there, but he's going to Washington State where Drew Bledsoe went.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. He was telling us about that, and Drew Bledsoe actually coaches high school football now too, where his son played. So he was like relating to us, which was pretty cool. Like you seeing Drew Bledsoe, guy in the NFL, like, relating to some like high school kids. It was really cool. So.
So tell us about the Super Bowl.
That was
Who
crazy.
is Joe Donahue?
Joe Donahue. That kid. He's a junior. That kid is a really hard worker.
Linebacker?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's an outside linebacker. That kid's a really hard worker. He gets it done in the weight room. He was coming back from a knee injury, I think, from
Torn
lacrosse.
meniscus.
Yeah.
Ah.
So that kid really worked hard in the off season. He had the game of his life.
Yeah, he's a perfect example of like that next man up mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when our starter Pat Snow went down, he was that next guy up, and he certainly stepped up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't. I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Pat Snow, well, best friend. He's a good friend of ours on the whole team, and I mean, we wouldn't have made it there without him. I mean, he grinded it out. He had like 30 carries a game. Like, I mean, he was our workhorse, and seeing him not be able to play in the Super Bowl was very like heartbreaking. But I mean, we all had faith in Joey. There was no doubt or anything. It wasn't a negative attitude. You're like, all right, Pat's not playing. Joey steps right in. I mean, we wanted to do it for Pat, so.
That's awesome. 4 fumble recoveries. Huh?
Yeah, that was crazy.
I bet it was.
Got 2 of them back for touchdowns, which was
Yeah.
awesome. I remember the first one. The first one was really cool because
He ran like 70 yards.
yeah, and if you watch the video, it's just all like everyone. Our whole defense is just like
We had a
falling,
convoy behind
yeah,
him, just-
we had built a wall.
Oh, no
We
kidding.
had a wall for him and just let him in the end zone. No one was around, so that was awesome. That definitely like started it off. And we were like, let's
that
go.
sparked us.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
I remember from the first.
A lot of fan support out there and going
exactly.
crazy.
I mean,
remember
even
seeing-
even before the game, I looked up and I feel like we had like a lot more fans than St. Mary's did. So
Oh yeah.
that like pumped us up. And
Yeah, it's weird though. When you're on the field, you don't hear a lot.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
The fans, you don't hear too much, but once it starts to get loud, like when Team Rowdy gets rowdy, it's
What's it called, Team Rowdy?
Team Rowdy.
It's our like fan section thing.
Oh, there you go.
So
That's cool.
yeah, I remember talking about the game a little bit. From the first drive, I mean, we knew they were bigger than us, and we knew that. So I feel like that almost helped us in a way.
Yeah, we had to come up firing.
Yeah, I feel like they already thought they won that game. They're undefeated, so that helped us. So we went in there in the first defensive drive. They had negative yardage. I mean, I remember one of the running backs. He had negative 8 yards on the day.
Oh, wow.
So he was one of the best running backs in the league. So from the first drive, we just smacked him in the mouth, and they could tell that we weren't messing around there.
Yeah.
So.
It's the Super Bowl. You can't mess around.
Exactly, yeah.
Obviously, you don't want to pay too much attention to the newspapers or whatever, but I mean, it was nice seeing everyone pick against us. I mean, it wasn't even just close games. We were projected to lose by like 22, like whatever. And I mean, just reading that, like in the back of my mind, playing, I was like, all right, like, is that really gonna be a score?
It fires you up. Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
I think it definitely motivated us.
Well, wasn't it last year you guys lost to Northbridge, right?
Yeah.
That was the close game.
Yeah, that was really way closer than we wanted it to be. I can't believe we lost that game. I mean, I think that was our worst football game we played all year, and of course in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, we just made mistakes we shouldn't have, and I don't know, that was a tough game.
Sometimes nerves has something to do with it, too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they
first
were in
time
it like
playing
4
in
years
July.
in a row, and that was our first time.
Right.
I think last year in the Super Bowl prepared us also.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, well, this was like our second time through. I mean, we saw Gillette and we weren't like starstruck, like we already saw it last. I mean, obviously Gillette's like crazy, and I'm not saying that.
Just a
but,
football
like,
field with a lot
yeah,
of seats.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
we had that, like, we already have been there, so we felt like right off the bat, like, oh, we're here now. Like, we did it last year, we can do it again.
That's an awesome mindset. That's what it
Yeah.
should be. Well, like I said, yeah, all it is a lot of seats.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a beautiful stadium. It's an NFL stadium. It's marked just like East Bridgewater.
Yeah.
It's the same diameter as East Bridgewater. Just better goalposts and more
Yeah.
seats.
Tom Brady
You know what I
plays
mean?
there. You just wanted to get that.
I know I'm downplaying it a lot. You guys know I'm downplaying a lot, but it is what, you know what I mean. I always think about that movie Hoosiers with Gene Hackman and
Oh,
they're
yeah,
playing,
yeah.
the little Hick Town's playing in a big college stadium, and he says that, and he takes out the tape measure and he's measuring the ball, he's measuring the basketball court, right? And he's like, oh, just big, just the same size we have in Hickory. Then all the kids walk off. A lot of seats in the stadium, huh?
Yeah, that's what it is, honestly.
You
It's
know?
just, the atmosphere is just crazy, though. It's just, you look up and just,
Yeah, it's awesome.
So many seats. It's
Holy
awesome,
smokes!
yeah.
I sat way up there one time for
Yeah,
a game, right?
exactly.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
too. A couple of them.
Yeah, I remember me and Pat Snow, we went to a game when we were little. We were in like the very last row
Yeah.
of the stadium, and then just coming down onto the field and being there was pretty cool.
yeah.
When did you guys know this was going to be special? When did you have a feeling? What game of the season? I mean, maybe all three is have different aspects on that, ideas on that. When did you think, oh, we're going to go on a run? I can feel it.
I think honestly, I wouldn't say we completely knew, but after that Middleborough game when we grinded out, like that was all grinded out in heart. I mean, I couldn't say that enough. Like there was so many turns in that game, triple overtime. I mean, it was just crazy. We knew that we could grind out games after that, and especially Norwell, we grinded out that game also. It just really prepared us.
I mean, we knew St. Mary's was going to be our toughest game of the year if we got to them. So we just wanted to work to get to St. Mary's. We thought we were going to be playing them in the playoffs, but the way it worked out this year, we'd be playing them in the Super Bowl.
Right.
So we knew that was going to be one of our toughest game of the year because they had a lot of guys coming back. And I mean, once we found out we weren't playing them in the playoffs, I mean, I was like more happy about that. But after that Norwell game, that playoff game, I was like, wow, we're gonna do this. So
Yeah, at halftime of that Norwell overtime game, we all said to each other, like, this is not going to be our last half
Yeah.
of football ever.
yeah,
Like, this is not happening. We're winning this game, and we're going
Yeah.
all the way.
I remember that was an awesome game. That game was crazy.
Well, I don't. You guys want to get shout outs real fast? We get about 35 seconds if you want to shout out to someone real fast.
Shut it.
Mom, Dad, anybody?
Alright, I want to
coaches,
shout out to
whatever.
my mom and dad and my twin brother Mike. He's our tight end and our outside linebacker. He's a beast. So I want to shout out to everyone.
Do you get
and all my
a
coaches.
haircut too?
Nah. Yeah, sure.
I want to shout out to my family, all my teammates. I love them. My coaches, and also my girlfriend for making most of my games.
There you go.
I want to shout out my family, especially my mom, being the team photographer. Takes hundreds of pictures each game.
Nice.
All the coaches, all the fans, teammates mean a lot to us.
All right, follow Lucy Cabral. I'm Dominic Damiano. We hope you enjoyed. First of all, guys, thanks for coming on.
Thank you
It's
for
nice
having us.
meeting you.
Thank
Oh,
you.
absolutely. We'll see you February 18th.
Yeah, we will.
Follow Lucy Cabral. I'm Dominic Damiano. Troy Brush will be with us next weekend. We will catch you next time. Everyone have a fantastic weekend.